First of all, let me thank Chairman Tester for your partnership in developing the Defense Appropriations Bill. I also want to extend my gratitude to Chair Murray for working with me to ensure that this bill provides our military with the resources it requires. This additional funding is sorely needed to meet global threats that combatant commanders describe as the most dangerous in 50 years. The Commission on National Defense Strategy, chaired by former Representative Jane Harman, stated that the threats to the United States are the most serious since World War II. Overall, this bill provides $851.7 billion for the Department of Defense and for our intelligence community. That is 3.3% compared to last year's fiscal 2024 levels. It strengthens our military across all domains in the air, on land, at sea, in space, and in cyberspace. By contrast, the administration's budget would have led to the smallest Air Force in history, and our naval fleet of 296 ships would have shrunk by 5 ships over the next 5 years, while China's Navy continues to grow to 435 ships. Our bill includes $37 billion for Navy shipbuilding, the largest shipbuilding budget ever. It begins to reverse the dangerous decline in the number of Navy ships, although much more remains to be done to respond to the surge in the size of the Chinese Navy. Specifically, the bill would provide funding for 7 new battle force ships, including 3 DDG-51 destroyers. These destroyers, including those built at Bath Iron Works, the USS Kearney, and the USS Arleigh Burke, have proven invaluable in defending commercial and U.S. vessels in the Red Sea, as well as in the defense of Israel. The bill provides funding for a second ship set of Virginia-class submarine material to provide certainty for suppliers and to avoid supply chain disruptions. And it supports the Navy's plan for a 4-ship procurement of amphibious ships, which will save taxpayers more than $900 million than if they were bought individually by buying material in bulk and streamlining construction. For the Air Force, the bill provides additional funding to make nearly 500 more aircraft available than the President's budget request would allow. This is because the Air Force had an unfunded requirement that we are taking care of that will be used to purchase aircraft spare parts. And just to emphasize how important this is, it prevents the grounding of an estimated 221 airplanes because of the lack of spare parts. The bill also fulfills the Army's #1 unfunded priority for 1,200 counter-drone systems and radars. Iran and its proxies, as well as Russia in its attacks in Ukraine, have demonstrated that warfare has changed. Our strategy must reflect that reality. In total, the bill provides approximately $1 billion for counter-drone capabilities to address this growing and evolving threat. To deter and counter China's growing military capability, the bill more than doubles the funding proposed in the budget request for offensive space control capabilities. It also increases funding for missile defense in Guam, a joint fires network to enhance targeting capabilities in the region, and 5 otherwise unfunded requirements of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. I do want to emphasize that the bill does not just focus on aircraft, ships, weapons, and equipment, critical though those are. It also gives our brave, highly skilled service members the pay and benefits they deserve. It funds a 4.5% pay raise for most of our servicemen and women and a 5.5% pay raise for the most junior enlisted service members. We need also to recognize the need to accelerate modernization of Marine Corps barracks that are in poor condition by providing $1 billion for that purpose. That is $349 million more than the budget request. Another $135 million is included for new special payment for soldiers on operational orders and deployed away from their permanent duty station. This payment is similar to the Navy's C-Pay incentive that recognizes the greater than normal rigors during long operational deployments. At home, this bill includes $4.9 billion, more than double the request, to help strengthen the U.S. defense industrial base. The funding will expand solid rocket motor production, increase raw material purchases needed for critical weapons systems, and modernize ammunition plants as well as our public shipyards. The bill includes $5.9 billion to maximize the production of 8 critical munitions in demand worldwide, such as the Patriot air defense missiles and the Tomahawk cruise missiles. Collectively, these investments continue the transition from just-in-time to a just-in-case approach to weapons manufacturing. For the National Guard, the bill includes $1 billion that was excluded from the administration budget to address capability gaps and equipment shortfalls. It also includes funding to add 7 new countries within the State Partnership Program that has been such a terrific success. Finally, this bill includes assistance for our Baltic allies on NATO's eastern flank with Russia, funding to provide new weapons for Taiwan to defend itself, and continued support for the U.S.-Israeli cooperative missile defense capabilities. These missile defense capabilities are playing an indispensable role in thwarting Iran's unprecedented drone and missile attacks against Israel. As the vice chairman of the Commission on National Defense Strategy noted, we can't confront the biggest threat since the height of the Cold War with the smallest military in a generation, historically low defense spending, and an atrophied industrial base. Those are words we need to pay attention to, and this bill does. Let me close by acknowledging that the bill before us reflects input from each and every member of this committee, as well as countless of our colleagues who do not have the honor of serving on this committee. So I want to thank each of our colleagues for their contributions, and let me thank our staff who have worked so hard on this bill. I do want to mention the staff on the minority side as well, Ryan Caldwell, Todd Phillips, Jason Potter, Jesse Tollinson, Mike Wakefield, of course, the indispensable, soon to make herself dispensable, Kate Cover, Mike Clementi, Laura Forrest, Abby Grace, Katie Hagan, Bridget Kolish, Rob Leonard, Ryan Pettit, Kim Segura, and Gabriella Amanda. I did not know that the Democratic side had double the staff of our side, but fortunately they work together in a very nonpartisan, bipartisan way, and that's how we get things done on this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Collins. Senator Testers, your minute.